Welcome back. You are listening to Her Name Was Mine, and this is episode 3, All Grown Up Now. There comes a moment, quiet but undeniable, when the curtain falls on the life we imagined, when we realize that the version of adulthood we dreamed about as little girls has changed. The white picket fences, the perfect family, the fairy tale endings. They fade into something more complex, more real, and sometimes even more painful. This episode is about that moment when the dream you held so tightly starts to look nothing like the life that you are living. It's about growing up and learning how to rebuild when life looked different than you planned. If you have ever had to let go of a dream, if you ever whispered, God, is this really how it's supposed to be? Then this one's for you. Let's breathe together and begin. When I was a little girl, I couldn't wait to grow up. I had it all mapped out. I would be a nurse. I would get married. I would have children. Maybe even a little house with a garden and a porch. I can still see her, that little girl, believing adulthood meant freedom, love, and laughter. Bills, heartbreak, disappointment, they were never part of her plan. But life had a different one. I did not become a nurse. I did not get married. I did not have children. And somewhere along the way, I realized growing up is not the same as becoming whole. Adulthood came with bills, burdens, and few broken hearts. There was a day I looked around and thought, this is not the story I wrote. That moment came after my first heartbreak. The kind that leaves you staring at the ceiling, wondering, who are you now? It wasn't just losing a boyfriend. It was losing the plan. The belief that if I just did everything right, life would unfold neatly. But when that plan fell apart, something inside me changed. The girl in me cried, but the woman in me, she began to rise. Because when the whole story ends, faith starts writing a new one. See, there are times in our lives where we'll have spiritual growing pains. Because maturing is not just about paying bills or keeping promises. It is about finding your way back to yourself and to God after you have lost the map. There was a season when I thought I was failing at life. Everyone around me seemed to be moving forward, and yet, here I was, stuck. Marriages, babies, promotions, and there I was, still trying to understand who I was becoming, and why God felt so quiet and distant. When I gave my life to Him, at first, it felt like the warmth of being found. Every prayer felt answered. Every dream felt near. Then one day, complete silence. It wasn't that God was punishing me. He was just preparing me. God was teaching me how to trust Him. Not for what He could give me, but for who He is. I used to treat prayer like it was my wish list. Now it feels more like a heart-to-heart conversation. Growing up in faith means realizing that God's no is often a better yes, waiting in disguise. His love does not spoil us, it strengthens us. He does not keep us comfortable. He teaches us how to fly on our faith. Letting go of the dream of motherhood was one of my deepest heartbreaks. And if I am being honest, it still is. For years, I carried the quiet ache of unanswered prayers. Then one night, during a Bible study I was in, the person that was given it gave me a scripture. It was a verse that read, "More are the children of the desolate woman than she who has a husband." You see, I now change how I see that verse. At first, I didn't understand it, but now I see. God did not withhold motherhood from me. He just expanded it. He has given me spiritual daughters, women to nurture, encourage, and love back to life. My life was not less. It was just different. The woman I am now stood in rooms she once felt unworthy to enter. She has lived in 4 different states. She has faced rejection and still said yes to purpose. Because purpose, not comfort, became my home. My family still sees the little girl who once needed guidance. But God, He sees the woman who finally learned to listen. There are times when we will have wisdom as women. My view of God has softened and deepened. I no longer see Him as a distant father I have to impress, but as the loving, present one who never stopped watching over me. He is not punishing me when things do not go my way. He is preparing me. He is pruning me. He is protecting me from settling for less than what He has in store. To the little girl I once was, I would say, "You are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are seen, loved, and becoming exactly who God intended." And to the woman listening right now, when you cannot hear God, pause. Do a whisper check. His voice often comes in 3 ways. A persistent peace, that calm that won't let you quit. A confirmed word, that message that meets you right where you are. Or an open door, the one only He could unlock. You do not have to chase clarity. You just need to stay close to Him. Isaiah 30:21 states, "Whether you turn to the right or to the left, your ears will hear a voice behind you saying, 'This is the way, walk in it.'" You don't have to force what's divine. Just follow the whisper. Father, for the woman who's questioning the path that she is now on, I want you to wrap her in your peace. Remind her that you have not forgotten her name. When her plans crumble, rebuild her faith in the quiet. Sisters, as we close, I want to honor your growth. The kind that does not get applause, but the ones that heaven notices. The moments you choose faith over fear. The nights you cried but still showed up. The times you didn't get what you prayed for and trusted anyway. That is real maturity. That is real womanhood. We started today by grieving what didn't happen, and we're ending by celebrating what did. A woman stronger than she thought, wiser than she knew, and more radiant than she realizes. You may not be where you imagined, but you are exactly where God is shaping something beautiful. I want you to know you are not too late. You are right on time. So this week, take a moment just for you. Write a letter to your younger self. Tell her everything. The tears, the lessons, the victories. Remind her of how far she has come and how deeply she is loved. End your letter with these words: your life is not a mistake. Then take one sentence from that letter, just one truth that speaks life, and share it using hashtag her name was mine. Let's create a ripple of women owning their stories and celebrating the woman they have become. Thank you so much for joining. This is Her Name Was Mine. I am your host, Maxine, and I am honored to walk this journey with you. So until next time, keep walking in the power of the woman you are. Because that little girl, she's all grown up now.